I figured out why characters' eyes bulge in weapons, and it might just not only confirm that the story is much more sad than we thought, but it also might finally answer why the kids run like that. Here's the theory. Spoilers for the movie Weapons, obviously. Thanks to when Marcus and his husband are eating 7 hot dogs while watching a nature documentary, it is heavily implied that whatever Gladys is doing to these people is more or less acting as a supernatural parasite, which out the gate would give a reasonable explanation as to why these characters run like they do. When insects are controlled by a parasite, some specific ones force the host to move, but they just don't move quite right. So in Weapons, this parasite knows it needs to make them run, but isn't quite sure how. For as far as we know, Gladys could just be demanding the character's legs to move, while the rest of their body stays in that trance-like state. But then we come to the eyes. The eyes only bulge out of characters' heads during intense moments of like stress. And although it could be simplified to something as simple as just like the parasite working overtime, I believe it's the only sign the movie gives us that the people being possessed are actively processing everything that's happening around them. And the amount of distress that is going on in their brain is actively fighting against the parasite. And with that much going on inside the head is actively making the eyes bulge out. And to further prove this, we just have to look at when the kids attack Gladys. It is as much of a physically demanding scene as is any other time we've seen characters' eyes bulge, but the kids' eyes don't. And on top of that, they don't have the iconic running stance either. And this is because the brain isn't fighting against the parasite. Whether or not the kids have any sort of life force left, these kids actively want revenge. So there's no amount of tension going on inside the brain. But this movie leaves a lot open to interpretation, so how do you guys feel about this theory? That's all for today. Follow for more.